Hey friends, Kelly here. Today we're talking about building kits out of your own stash. I am going to show you some kits that I've already created, and then I am going to build some just busting out my stash. I will try to link below products that are still available, products that I have purchased recently, but a lot of the stuff is going to be coming out of my stash that is, we're dating 8 years of hoarding. Probably more like 10. So let's get to it. First thing I'm going to do is show you a few kits that I've already built. This is something that I have started doing more frequently so that when I'm ready to work on a project, I can just grab everything and get right to work. I am a working stay-at-home mom with a 2-year-old. So nap time is precious. I don't really feel like I am able to waste a lot of it trying to shuffle through all of my stuff. I need to be able to get to work right away. So this is how I do that. So here, this is pretty much what I have been doing with all my kits, is going very basic because I know myself when I don't have a ton of time. As much as I would love to get out my fuse tool and my sequins and all of those fun things, make cut files, I simply don't have the time. Those are things that I can do when I have more time to sit down and play. But when it gets to crunch time, I need a simple kit, and this is kind of how I do that. I always cut my paper to 6x8. Now you might be wondering, why not cut it a little larger, especially if I'm working in a traveler's notebook so that it fits the page. Mostly because 6x8 is a standard paper pad size you can already get, and sometimes I'm pulling out of those sizes. So just to keep it simple, I stick to 6x8. Also because that if I'm doing this with Project Life, math, cut it in half, now you have a 4x6, and then thus you could also cut 2 3x4s. So that is why I do that. So how I built this kit, for this particular kit, was off of actually the colors in, I believe it was this piece right here, and some of the coordinating paper. I thought this was a great, I love a rainbow, I love bright colors, I love modern, more fun pops, so I went with this to kind of start as my theme. Went through and found a sticker book that had stickers. I believe this is Dear Lizzie, and again, I will try to link everything below. I'm pretty confident that this is a Dear Lizzie, and I feel like I just saw this set here. I will figure out what it is, but I just absolutely love this with the rainbows and the birds. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? And then I went through my stash and I found some letter stickers. These are Studio Calico. And then that was that. I built a little kit. So I have some puppy stickers. I have some paper stickers. These stickers that are kind of more, I don't know what to call them, vellum almost. Well, they're not quite vellum, but they're more of that soft, shiny paper stickers. Again, 6x8 paper, and then often I will also have 4x6 cut down as well. It just makes it a little simpler. So there is one kit that I have built. Another thing I will do is break out product line and make it into mini kits. That way I'm not overwhelmed by too many options, or I just simply don't have a ton of stuff on my desk. So here is the Sunny Days collection by Maggie Holmes, crepe paper. And I just went ahead and broke that down into 6x8. Also some 4x6. I found some letter stickers. And then I went through the ephemera pack. Here is the second mini kit. I went through the ephemera pack and I split it up. And the way I did that was I wanted to proportion the larger to the smaller pieces, the vellum pieces. But this particular kit, if I were to open this, let's show it as well. I went through and I pulled out the pieces that were a little bit more on the modern side. And this side here, I went kind of more onto the vintage side with sticking with the black Actually, this is more like a charcoal. And then kind of using this as my base. And then the ephemera that I put into this little pack, I kept a little bit more on the you could see I kind of kept it a little more to the vintage vibe. And then I threw in these bows, which honestly I'm not really sure how to use these usually, but I've seen so many cute things that people have done in traveler's notebooks that I am hopeful in my own abilities to bust that out someday. So then I just keep everything in these little cellophane bags. I buy these on Amazon. I love having these on hand. I use them for many, many crafts. But it's handy to keep it all together in a little kit, and that way when I do have the time to get busy, I just grab this and go. Another thing I like to do is have some basic papers already cut up to size. Ugh, gross. And these are grid papers that I got from Studio Calico in a 12 by 12 paper pad. So I've already pre-cut down some of that. I'll keep that out because I'm going to potentially use that when I'm building a kit here. Another thing I might do is, this is a card set that I got from Studio Calico on sale, and all I bought was the cards. So I'm going to build a kit based off these cards and just add some extra pieces to it. So the first thing I'm going to do is just shuffle through the cards and take a peek at what I'm working with here. I want to get an idea of what the colors are going to be and what the theme is. Now obviously you can tell this is already kind of an outdoorsy theme. I do a lot of camping, so I already know what I'm probably going to purpose this kit for. I do have some camping trips throughout the year that I know I'm going to document, so now that is what I'm going to build this kit for. So I'm going through all of the small word phrases that I have, pulling out any that have anything to do with exploring or nature or road trips, matching up some colors. I'm really liking the pinks in this kit and the yellow, and I don't work with green a lot, so I want to try to incorporate the green. Going through some tags that I have been holding on to forever, so it's kind of nice to be able to pull some of those out and add those in. Next thing I'm going through are all of my chipboards, and oddly enough, I have a lot of colors that really work well with this kit that I'm building. So I feel like I end up putting a lot of chipboard in and these little stickers. I believe that I got most of these from Studio Calico kits and then probably mystery kits. I'm always a sucker for those. And I think I've even gotten a couple of their planning kits. Just shuffling everything around. I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of product going on, but I just keep going with it. Going through all of my alpha stickers and, well, this is not even all of them, but I'm just trying to find some that I think will work with this kit. And a lot of the Studio Calico stickers seem to be, well, makes sense because they're Studio Calico cards. They tend to have a lot of the same color themes, which is one of the things I really appreciate about a lot of the companies out there, is that you do notice that they tend to stick with their comfortable color schemes, which is kind of nice, dependable. Started going through the washi tape, and oh man, I have so much washi tape, and I know I'm not alone out there. Trying to decide a couple I want. I got overwhelmed and I put that aside and went ahead and started just putting everything together, getting a feel for what I have, and that was that. Next, I'm moving on to this 6x8 paper pad that I have. It's a Jen Hadfield's, I believe it's called Chasing Adventures, and I really like the bright colors in this paper. I get to this blue sheet and I remembered some paper I had stashed away. I've always been drawn to this blue color and these lemons, and so I decided that I'm going to build two kits at the same time and kind of go simultaneously and pulling things for both. I end up putting the blue paper into that other more bright floral kit that I'm building, but it totally worked well, and I also liked throwing in a little bit of the gold foil. Now here's some of my, more of my alpha stickers and some other just random chipboards, mostly because they're all long, and so I have them all tucked away in a drawer together. Now I pulled out this alpha and realized that that went really well with the last kit I had built, so I set that aside. And then these colors were easy, I felt like, with my stash. They were very easy for me to pair up. This was a nice kit alpha book that I had from Illustrated Faith. And then I decided I needed to put a little bit of gold into that kit with the Felicity Jane stickers, alpha stickers. So I'm liking how the colors are coming together, and I'm just going to spread them out and start adding in some of the grid paper just to add a little bit more basics. Those are really great for building on. Next, I start going through my many boxes of Project Life cards. And I had thought about the yellow in the colorful kit I'm creating there, and I knew that I had a Becky Higgins project core kit. I believe this was called Midnight Edition. And I liked that yellow color. I wanted to bring that out as kind of one of the base colors I'm using in this kit. And I shuffled through all the cards. I also pulled out a few of the black and white for the, I'm going to call it the lemon kit. And then I went into one more of my core kits. I believe this is the Kiwi kit, and pulled out a few more. Now those 4x6 cards, I really wanted to incorporate that blue, but it just wasn't quite right. But I did like the green, and I spent a few moments going through the 3x4 cards, but I start to feel overwhelmed by that and think I have enough cards here. We're gonna just go with it. And pulling out that For the Record, I always have been drawn to that card. So I also found some little heart stickers that I added into this kit. And I believe there's a few more things I add to this one coming up, but I'm starting to feel like this is a pretty good base, and I might be getting done towards the end. Oh, that's right. I went in for the epoxy stickers, and I love these little epoxy hearts. And I was excited to also find these little enamel dots that had the white and the blue. And I just started tucking a few more in and splitting up some of the pieces that I had already had. Just a great way to get rid of some of those things and use them. I don't know why we feel we need to hoard our supplies. Clearly that's what's happening here in my Felicity Jane bin. And I remembered there was a kit that had come with the blue and the yellow, so I started digging through and finding that. And again, Felicity Jane, the colors tend to be in the same family. That is one of the reasons why I decided to stop my Felicity Jane for a while. I felt like I had the same colors over and over and over, and I wanted to mix it up a bit. So I started going through all of the packs of die cuts and just seeing what I can pull out. I really, really loved this blue color, and the little photo corners are something that I have found a new love for. Now this was a die cut pack that I actually think I bought on clearance from Felicity Jane, and I bought like 6 of them. So I have so many of these pieces. It's kind of fun to be able to come back to them over and over. And this little pack splits out really well from the blacks and then the really pretty pinks and yellows. But this time I'm just going in for all of the black and yellow, and if there's any blue. Now I started to realize there was this green color also in the lemon paper. So I decided that I needed to start incorporating a bit of that color as well. Now I love this little tiny lemon. I knew I had this hiding away, so I just wanted to tuck this little guy right into that kit. And these are strange little rubber pieces. They're not sticky on the back, which surprised me. Now I can already tell that with this little lemon kit that I'm making, I know I'm going to use it multiple times. So I'm okay with having the lemons and having that little bit of green that's going, it's kind of a minty green. I'm okay with that because I know I'm probably going to use it multiple times. And again, I started finding things that fit well into the color, the bright color kit I'm creating there as well. This die pack, die cut, came with that kit that I had mentioned that had a lot of the yellow and blue. And actually, I think it's when I was going through these that I realized that it had a little bit of that green as well. So I wanted to make sure to incorporate that.
And basically all I do with this is take everything that's blue, yellow, and that minty green color out and leave just the bits of anything with pink on it and stick that back for another day. And then I had these puffy word sentiments that I thought were so cute, and sunshine. I mean, that's exactly what I think of when I think of the lemon. And I kind of looked at these and contemplated with the word beauty and finally decided that I might end up using it. Plus I really liked the white and I thought that would be really striking against that pop of blue. And then look at these. These are so cute. It's kind of hard to tell here, but there's a close-up at the end of the video where there are these tiny little lemon slices, and I don't know how I'm going to use those, but I am going to use them. They are so cute. Next, I'm just shuffling everything into this little pouch that I have. I will link these on at the end here. I love these little pouches. They're great for holding stamps and making these kits. And you can see I just give it a little closure with washi tape there. And then again, I pop over to the colorful kit that I've built, and I went through one more die cut pack, and I knew that it had these perfect colors, so I just pull everything out that I liked. I did decide to stick away from the black in this colorful kit. I know there's some black stickers there, but I probably won't use those when I'm using this kit. And then I really wanted to incorporate washi tape, but I didn't want to have to put a whole roll into the kit, and so I went into my kitchen, grabbed some wax paper, and I've done this before when I've gone on retreats and didn't want to bring a ton of my washi tape. I will use a piece of wax paper and just put a few strips on. Or sometimes I'll take a card, maybe a piece of packaging, and I'll wrap several lines of washi tape around that. But for these kits, I decided I didn't need a ton, so I'm just going to go ahead and put a few pieces on here. I measured to make sure I was getting at least 6 inches, and this way I have a little bit. Oh, do you not hate when that happens? I don't understand it. So I have to fiddle with that a little bit, get these little tiny strips. And yeah, so now I have some washi tape. I'm just going to trim the edges, and I'm trying to decide, I feel like I need to use that space and put one in. So I just grab another pink. I really didn't even look to see if it matched. I honestly don't care that much. I'm just going to pop it in there, and I know I'll use it. Putting it on the wax paper is a great way to travel. If you ever have a small kit that you want to take somewhere, that is a great way to incorporate the washi tape. And then I did the same thing with the blue and with the lemon kit. I wanted to make sure I added some, but I didn't want those whole rolls. And then I love this tape. I've had it for years, but I don't know if it's old or what's happening, but I sped this up, and I'm still, you can imagine how slow I had to pull that tape to make sure that it didn't rip. But it has just a tiny bit of gold in it, and I remembered that there was some gold in some of the papers that I had put into this lemon kit, even though I didn't add any other gold. So as I'm working with that kit, maybe I do have to go back in and find a few pieces of gold. But there you have it. I have this really pretty blue and yellow kit, and I absolutely love how this came together. Those little lemon slices are so adorable. And then I have this really fun, bright, colorful kit, and this is going to be great for documenting a lot of our summer. So again, thanks so much for sticking around, and if you like this video, I would love if you would subscribe to my channel, give it a little thumbs up, hit that little bell so you can get notifications of more videos. I have tons more content that I am putting together right now that will be released soon. So thanks again, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.